Hello everyone and welcome to Saturday, February 24th. Today we're going to do Final Fantasy 14. Some bard leveling through dungeon runs. This is third day. We're at 50-ish, 51-ish. And going towards 70, and then once we get to 70, we'll go back to White Mage. There's a couple people that like that. So, let's go ahead and get started here. Since we're DPS queue, it will take a little longer for a dungeon to come up. And I have to actually shift the bard because I was on Marauder a little bit last night. It was only like level 3. So good morning. Afternoon. Still morning, I have 2 minutes. Alright. Bard. Yes, we're level 51. Last time we got enough gear that qualified us for level 50-60 dungeons. So that's what we're going to queue as. Oh, it looks like we have 22 minutes. So we got a while to go yet. Morning, Electrical Skateboard. How are you? So we're going to be playing until about 3 today, maybe a little before. I have D&D tonight, so it's a shorter stream. Oh, let's see here. We're 51, which would put us right in the beginning of Heavensward. So let's go to Camp Cloudtop. Also, I noticed something last night that that level 50 quest gave us a Bard's Tire Coffer. Unfortunately, looks like I can't use it. So apparently I can't use it because I bought some Bard pieces. The level 90 pieces. So we'll just have to get them the harder way. Let's go ahead and start running through a little bit of stuff here in the meantime. Till regular dungeon queue pops up. And just a reminder that tonight is Jackpot Lottery. So tomorrow we will have, we'll have to check on that to see how that did. If we won anything. Like I said last week, even if you don't match any of the 4 numbers, you still get more than you put in to get it in the first place. Or the real lottery is that easy, everybody play it. Artax, you are 7. Aha! Forgot to activate an ability. So I really like the Bard in this game. I was avoiding it at all costs at one point. Because Bards in like every game are either boring or way underpowered for a lot of time. But I actually did really good with this. I actually really like this class. I didn't think I was going to. So as we said before, it does start out as, when you're first starting out, it starts out as Archer. And then like everything else, once you get to 30, you have your class quest that makes you go get your soul gem, and then your class turns into a job. So this actually started as Archer, now it turns into Bard. You can actually see them here. We got time to look at it. So your Gladiator eventually turns into Paladin, Marauder turns into Warrior, Dark Knight is always Dark Knight. It starts at 30 because it's a class from an expansion. White Mage starts as Conjurer at first level. Both Scholar and Summoner start as Arcanist, and then at 30 you get a quest to do both of them. Which is kind of fun because you can't see the chat, but when you gain experience, it actually gains experience off of the original class. So for example, like when I get experience as a Bard, it's actually popping up as Archer experience. That's important with Scholar and Summoner because you get Arcanist experience. Well, an Arcanist experience will actually level both of them at the same time, which is good and bad. It's good because that way you don't have to worry about leveling both of them, and you get the class quests at your like 5 level intervals at the same time when you're leveling up one of them. The downside is, if you primarily play one of them, like for example, I went through most of the story as Summoner because it's a lot easier to level a DPS than a healer. I finally went around and did the rest of my class quests for Scholar, and turned out that I didn't really know what half the abilities did. I mean, I could read them, you know, you get the little overlay down in the corner of what the ability does, but it's a lot different than having the experience of actually like going through it and going, oh yeah, that's what that does. That's cool. Or like best situation to use it, things like that. I also come from like 10 years of playing WoW, so in that game I didn't play a whole lot of, well, any type of healer until towards about the time when I was leaving the game. I had a Holy Pally, and when Holy Pallies got broken in Warlords, they weren't as strong anymore. You basically need to overgear for everything if you were going to be in a raid. But the idea of it was really fun. So it ended up, you know, you had the healer going, and it was different because I'd always played DPS before. So like this, I did Summoner and Scholar. I didn't play a whole lot of Scholar, even though it could be instant Qs. Although I do find the community in 14 is a lot more welcoming than some other places. Than some other games, at least. Everybody's willing to help, too. I mean, if you don't know a dungeon mechanic, at least until you get up to the higher levels, people will gladly explain it to you. At the higher levels, sometimes it just... your random groups just expect you to know. Unless it pops up with the obvious and it calls out that somebody in the group is new. At that point, usually you'll find somebody that's actually explaining it before you get started. Although previous MMO experience, while the raids, it's helpful to know the mechanics. Dungeons, it doesn't really matter. If you're used to it, if you're used to what an MMO is like, you're used to what an MMO is like. You just go from there. Oh, good. I had some stuff sell. Hi, Thronezilla. I need some better gear. taking a lot of damage. Do I have spell speed? Give a little bit of extra health here. Apparently we ran out of its range. Oh! I died. Should let it go when it was running away. Excuse me. Let's go here. We just had a notification pop up that some of our stuff sold. So the auction house in this game is a little different than some other games. You can't just put stuff up on an auction house. You can, but it's a little more complicated. So eventually you get a quest to get these retainers, and basically what they are is there's somebody that goes and does stuff for you. Alright, she's level 19. Okay, so 15 is all she can do until she's 20. Okay. Oh, nice. So we made 11,000 gold. So yeah, like where you would buy stuff from the auction house is these market boards over here. But in order to actually sell anything on the market, you have to have a retainer. And you have 20 spaces per retainer. So without paying any real money, you can get up to 2 retainers. I do like that there is a option in here that, well, it's new, but you can now compare the prices of stuff that's out there, the same item. There was, I used to use an add-on in back when I played WoW, auctioneer, which a lot of people used, that you could automatically undercut people for however much percentage you wanted, and you'd scan it every so often just to see. So in this case, it's kind of nice because you can just look every time. 1,000. Alright, so we'll put it 995. So you might notice in some of the previous videos, or even right now, the items will split out. So here we have Papodos. This is also Papoto, but that little symbol next to it, that kind of wavy thing there, means that it's high quality. High quality as far as ingredients, for the most part, just leads to better opportunity to make a high quality product. If you're doing like production profession. Now, if it's equipment or food that you're producing, there's a good chance that the stats will be better if it comes out as high quality. Huh, this doesn't have any high qualities. So, sure, let's set it at 8,000. See what happens. I'm just trying to clear out some space. Nobody has this. This was... I don't even remember where I got this, honestly. So we'll set it at 250 and see if somebody buys it. High quality only, so cut the price in half. What are we up to? 17. 50 each. Maybe 145 each. Oops. Now, your retainers are also important because they can go out and they can get their own stuff. You can give them a class and you can send them out on ventures to have them level up in a class. And they bring stuff back. So you can actually send them to go get certain things, or you can send them out on a class that will just level them up and might bring you back some kind of gold or something like that. Materia is always worth a fair amount. See, this is a Materia 1, so it's super low, but it's still selling for like 1,000 apiece. And depending on the materia, some of them sell for a lot, some of them not so much. Okay, so she is full up on stuff. Now their class is limited by your own level. So for example, I have this one set as a botanist so that eventually they can just go out and grab stuff when I need, say I need to go in and work on my carpentry. It uses a lot of wood. Or working on my cooking that uses a lot of herbs and fruits and stuff. They all come from botany. So I could send out my retainer on a venture and go, okay, go get me this for however much time it is. And then they'll come back and I'll have it and I won't have to do it myself. However, they are limited that they cannot go to a higher level than whatever your current level is. So for example, that retainer is a botanist. My botany is at 31, so she can't go over 30. She can't go over 31. They can meet you, they can't exceed you. Here's an example. So this venture is complete. Brought back this XP. that XP goes to the retainer. 7 bronze pieces and a boar hide. So we're just going to reassign because she's level 33. And 40 is going to be the next one. So we can actually clear out even more space. Because that's the one thing I noticed in this game. You will always be low on space. Now they did also just introduce a Chocobo saddlebag. Here. 70 more spaces. So your normal inventory, you have 140. So you have 140 here. Each of your retainers has another 160, I think. And you can hand stuff over to them, and then now you have that as well. So there's space now. It's not always convenient. Like the saddlebag, you can't access in anywhere that you can't have your chocobo. Or I'm sorry, you can't access it in a dungeon or a raid, fate. So dungeon raids and fates, you have to have whatever you need. If you're going to do like food wise, potion wise, you have to have it on you before you go in, or like on your regular inventory. We're next in line for a dungeon. We have 150 of the Poetics ones, 369 creations, and 150 mendacities. Right, so we basically can't afford anything. That works. Come on, next in line. On those elegant bronze pieces that like my retainer brought back, there's silver pieces and gold pieces. They sell for different amounts. That's the only thing they're good for. They're only good for selling to merchants. They're not good for anything else. I need to catch up on some of my stuff. So the fun part about this, or at least one of my favorite things, is you can have all of the profession classes at the same time. You can't level them all at the same time, but you can have them all at the same time. So instead of having to like change your limit yourself to 2 or 3, depending on other games. Old Republic is 2 unless you pay money. WoW's 3. So, no, WoW's 2. Yeah. This you can have everything. So your production ones are here on the left. These are the disciples of the hand. So you have carpentry, blacksmithing, armoring, goldsmithing, leatherworking, weaving, alchemist, and culinarian. Culinary makes food that gives you buffs. Alchemy makes other kinds of potions as well as wands and tomes. Like your tomes are your arcanist weapons, scholar and summoner. They make wands. Weaver, cloth goods. All your cloth goods. Leatherworking, leather armor. See what else they make. I know there's other things. Oh, some of the monk knuckles. Shields. It's almost all equipment. So yeah, your leatherworking is almost all equipment. Goldsmith tends to make jewelry. So like this stuff over here. Some staves. And then other stuff. Jewels that are then used for other things. So like here you make a better jewel out of the wrong version, or out of the raw version, and then later you're gonna end up using it for circlet that gives you different things based off of. Well, these are all the same. It's just easier based off availability. Armor crafting, skillets, shields, equipment, alembic. So this, you change your class based off of whatever's in your main hand. So each one of these Disciple of the Hands has a main hand thing, and they have an offhand thing. We'll bring up the armory here quick. So here's your main hand, which I'm full. Oh, let's get rid of this. Huh. Hold on a second here. Yeah, that's scholar. Scholar. We should have this. Okay. Back to Bard. Just in time.